documentary on job hunting from World of Page.
Teddy, what's the present position of the sun?
About 150 degrees south-southeast, or about 4 degrees from our present location.
That means it's only 57 degrees above sea level.
There's nothing wrong, is there?
No, of course not, Teddy. I was just confirming that it's 10 minutes to 12. Almost time for lunch.
Oh, you had me worried there for a second, Sorterble. And kindly remember to call me by my correct name, Hercule Teddy.
That's funny. Last week it was Sherlock.
Oh, was it?
And the week before it was, if I recall correctly. Do you know what? I've forgotten. Is there a reason you keep changing your name to match those of famous detectives? Your first name's Teddy, not your last one.
About that,
Forget it, Teddy. We've got a new case on our hands. Do you remember the recent robbery on West Street?
I remember something of it.
Well, since then, there's been 3 more robberies in the area, and they're all connected. Each time a valuable piece of silver was stolen. There was another robbery, yes, but that time the criminal stole a gift wrapped in silver paper by mistake.
Do you think they knew what was inside it? A cake, for example? Or a very nice-looking set of wristwatches? Or even a fluffy toy cat?
Honestly, Teddy, you do come up with some silly things. I'd say that they knew maybe, that there was something valuable in the present. A silver sofa? Or coffee table? Or a nice-looking pair of silver slippers, only worn once? Or maybe even a silver toy cat? Or a silver phone case?
I can't figure what it might have been, but I can think of what it wasn't. A collection of glass encased rare butterflies, a bright orange pencil case that was orange because someone spilled orange juice on it, and a mould toothbrush.
I can too. It evidently wasn't anything of high value considering the haphazard fashion in which it had been stolen, and we have confirmation there were no silver jewelry or expensive cufflinks within it. But we're getting away from the main point. Who perpetrated the crimes, and where have they hidden the loot? That's what we're after.
Guys, I think that we can easily find out what it was that was stolen by just asking who it was stolen from. Simple.
I never said anything about finding out what was stolen. We know that already. A silver tea set, a priceless silver necklace, an expensive silver Swiss watch, a valuable Edwardian silver dinner service, and an absolutely, positively, really valuable, also really cute silver tabby cat. As you can see, each time the only thing that was stolen was made of silver, apart from the cat.
It might have been made of silver.
Yeah, right. Don't be ridiculous. Now, back to the case. We must solve it. Who knows when they will strike again?
Well, we know when the clock will strike again.
Right you are, Teddy. It's time for...
Hercule Teddy to you!
lunch. The afternoon paper. Excellent. Hello? What's this? Goodness me, there's been yet another robbery.
What does it say?
It says this. Earlier this morning there was a robbery in Halford Avenue in Slumberville, not far from the imposing Castle Macdoon that looks down upon the landscape. The stolen items were a silver clasp brooch and a silver riding cup. The motive? Probably greed. And it gives the police theory.
This is getting serious. At any moment another crime may be committed.
One has! A collection of valuable silver spoons in Snoring Street. It must be them. If only we could examine the scene before the police. We might stumble across something they didn't see the importance of. Ah, well, I think I'll let Siobhán know about these new crimes. She said she was brushing her fur in her room. Hey, that's funny.
Doing?
I think Siobhán's in the plot. Fetch the handcuffs.
They've all been used up. You see, the police thought they were theirs and never gave them back, and we lent the rest to the local dramatic society for a play called The Butler Didn't Do It. I can't ask for them back. They need them for tonight's performance. It's the opening night.
To the hat's done with their opening night. We need them back. Anyway, weren't those the spares?
They were the spares. They're the only ones left. Couldn't we buy some more?
Don't be absurd. How could we? Quick, she's coming.
Like my silver necklace? It used to be my great-great-great-great-great-grandmother's. I also have her silver fur brush.
Oh dear. Oh, look here, Sorterble and Siobhán Teddy.
What?
Look, the crimes are getting closer and closer to Castle Macdoom. It used to belong to Hamish and Haley Barnes, known around Somerset as the Hay Barnes. They moved out several months ago, and the criminals might be using it as a hideout. Look.
In that case, we must investigate it tonight. We might unravel the whole mystery. The detective kit, Siobhán Teddy.
Okay, Sorterble. Here they are, going down. A loop.
Ow!
Now let's do some detectiving, which is totally a word.
Is not.
Is.
Is not. Wait. Oh, have it your way. Let's see. Notepad, flying glass, identity card, play a mystery game instructions. Shame we couldn't afford the real equipment, it looks silly. Invisible ink.
That's funny. Where's she gone?
Hey, silly, can't you see me?
Ah, maybe some of it is the proper stuff after all. An invisibility fluid. That's funny. There are two false moustaches in here. The small black one is missing. Drat, so that's where it was. In that case, we're all set. To the car.
Why isn't this silver? I mean, come on, it should be. That's one thing I don't like here.
Well, at least it's grey.
Well, I want it silver, so there. Huh. Well, what are we doing next then? Yes, a silver toothpick. We'll also get a silver filling.
But people prefer them gold.
Well, we'll just have to find somebody who does want one then. Or somebody gross. Then let's get a silver pizza. Ooh, yum, it's making me drool. Yum.
Ew, gross, stop drawing on the carpet. I only fitted it last week.
Don't care. As long as I'm having fun.
To Castle Macdoom! Difficult. We have to break the law to work towards its aims. Oh wow. Instead of breaking through the window, we'll go through the front door. It's more polite that way.
Are you sure they're in here? I mean, it isn't really a very friendly looking little place.
Of course they're in here. It's the ideal place to hide. Ah!
Wait, it's probably just mouse and Silver Snatchers. Oh, get exciting. Plus, it's a fancy name.
Ah! Hang on, Teddy. It was probably just the wind.
Okay.
Getting back to the point, I wonder where the crooks are now.
Well, what about Siobhán Teddy and the Clang?
Good point, Teddy.
Hercule, if you wouldn't mind. I still think there's someone here.
Enough of this. Where's she gone? Another door?
What on earth?
It's bolted. Let's hope that whoever this is a fly. That's the only thing you're going to scare of that newspaper. Well, whoever you are, we're not afraid.
Come in for a nice cup of tea and yummy cookies and a silver tin.
Ah!
Don't be silly, it's me.
You didn't fool us.
Annie.
Do flies talk?
I don't know, but I agree with it.
But what about your voice?
Well, while you were standing here, I saw a small figure climbing up the ivy, and I went after it. I fell in through a window and on top of a box covered with dust and...
So that's what the clang was. See, Teddy, you had nothing to be afraid of.
I wasn't afraid, just
Never mind. I saw some paw prints in the dust by the light of the full moon shining in through a skylight. And so I followed them to a door, but it was locked, so I couldn't go in. Then I heard you from outside, and I went to the door and opened it.
Oh, so that's what the noises were. But what about the mini clang? And why are we still using choral speaking?
I have no idea.
That is yet to be discovered. So come on, into the castle.
But the door is bolted. Wait, I brought the very thing. Let's look around. I wonder what's in here.
Where? Oh, there!
After that cat.
Why is this room filled with coconuts?
Maybe the king who lived here often went to fairs and played on the coconut shrine. And the man running the coconut shrine always let him win because he didn't want to make the king angry.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
Never mind, all that matters right now is finding that white cat. I'm sure it's the main piece of this puzzle, and if we find it, then it will be explained.
Quick, we must catch it.
Good evening. Is this a tourist information centre, or did we take a wrong turning?
Sorterble, don't be so silly. You know this isn't.
Shush! I was trying to put them off the trail.
You know we can hear you, right? I'm Random Crim, and these are Random Crimp and Random Cramp.
Good point! Run! Ah. gentlemen and gentlelady, we appear to have encountered a slight snag.
Yummy!
I said snag, not snack, cloth ears.
My ears aren't made of cloth. They're made of polyester fibre.
You're worse than what my sister was, random cram. We was went to sell some jewels or something, but we were caught and was crammed into a tiny cell. I ain't seen her for 5 years because I got out.
Ow!
Oh, these feet taste of polyester fibre. Yuck! Not going to eat your feet again. Wait, I recognise that sneeze. This castle's very dusty, you know. It's the white cat. How come she suddenly turned orange? Hey, I'm Maple. I'm just here to annoy you. I disguised myself with white paint and used some of the paint stripper I nicked from you to take it off for the gigantic reveal. I love changing the script. Haha. I was responsible for Teddy's silliness all the way through.
Tell me about it. I've seen the narrator and I have to put up with this every single day.
Where are you going, mister? Is it random Crim?
Yes.
Well, in that case, I rest you in the name of the law, the police force, Her Majesty the Queen, and Sticky Toffee Pudding.
How did that happen?
Little do us silly heroes know that Maple has changed the script with her infamous typewriter. Oh no!
So that's what happened. Come on, after them! Good evening, my dear miscreants. Police, we have you surrounded. Where are they?
Hey, Maple's changed the script again and locked the criminals up. Hooray for Maple!
You decided to shoot them again?
Cram has escaped!
Haha, I'd had enough of helping you, so I decided it would be fun if I changed the script so the Crimson escaped instead.
You really need to decide whose side you're on. It's putting you in a false position.
Nah, don't care. Oh well, I suppose it can't be helped. Biscuit, anyone?
Yes, please.
I suppose it can't hurt or help.
Stiff.
Oh, that's thank you, Missy. Run!
What do you have to...
Oh, Potter!
Oh, ooh. Pleasure doing business with you. Aye. Oh.
Same here. I'll take that if you don't mind. Actually, I'll take it if you not.
Hey.
Oh no! Hey, what's that? course, it must be Cramp.
She's already going to try and get out of the country in the boat, sending a signal and leave the others behind. Then double cross the crew on the boat and take all the silver for herself.
Excellent, Siobhán Teddy. We must alert the Coast Guard. Ah! Brilliant! One of the criminals has dropped his phone. Hello? Is that the police station? We're at Castle McDoom. We need you to send along some officers to arrest a gang of silver thieves. We also believe they have accomplices in a boat at sea. Can you get the Coast Guard onto them? Great, thanks, bye.
But what about Cramp?
Dashed it, I forgot about her.
I was bored, so I tapped the door lock to annoy my least favourite criminal.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Well, here come the police.
And now you'll be spending a nice long holiday in jail. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me either.
I was just here to service the drains. I know nothing of these two.
It wasn't me that did it, Your Honour.
I thought we were here to mend the telephone.
You can save your explanations for the police.
This is the police. We have you surrounded.
So the police have been able to finally apprehend the notorious Silver Snatchers gang, composed of criminals Random Crim, Random Crimp and Random Cramp, along with their accomplices in a boat out to sea, thanks to the amateur detective geniuses
Amateur indeed.
Hercule Teddy, Sorterble, Sorterton and Siobhán Teddy. The police have issued a £1,000 reward and have given Teddy an oriental moustache comb to thank them for their
But Teddy, you haven't got a...
Hercule Teddy, if you wouldn't mind.
assistance.
Well, my cousin can definitely write a good news article. After all,
Tell you what then, let's sing a song as a good ending to a job well done. Teddy, you play the drums. Siobhán Teddy, you sing. Maple, you play the guitar. And I'll hum. Ready? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
In our current modern age, when criminals rampant rage, in order to stop crooks being too great,
And to lower the national crime rate.
Some new detectives must be found, for when the famous five aren't around,
Bravo, Miss Marple and Sherlock Holmes might as well be ornamental garden gnomes.
when compared with this amateurish troupe,
This robot and bear investigation group.
who handle crimes by the dozen. Their case is published by Teddy's cousin.
They solve the case of the Silver Snatchers.
They're brilliant at being criminal catchers.
And now they're enjoying their apex.
Who knows what mystery they'll be solving next?
We know it'll be something pretty big.
Like learning how to solve the farmer's prize pig.
Whatever the case, we're sure they'll solve it.
Even if they haven't got the correct hit.